Our view is that all the surfaces, horizontal surfaces, vertical surfaces, will eventually have an inexpensive screen display capability and software that sees what you're doing there, so it's completely interactive. Well, I always like to show something that's new because that's kind of risky and exciting. And so what I thought I'd show is this future whiteboard, the intelligent whiteboard. So far, this display here has just had the nice meeting logo, but in fact, it's running a new piece of software. And it's got some scanning cameras down here at the bottom. So whenever I go up to it and just touch it, the software will notice that. There we go. Makes me a little worried, but. So in fact, this piece of software has all sorts of information behind it. And typically when we think about information now, it's very linear. A PowerPoint presentation is slide by slide. And if something happens during the presentation, you want to skip around, that's hard to do. Here we've got things laid out in this nice two-dimensional form. So I can zoom in on anything. I can move around. I've got different types of information that I'm using here. And it's all just easy to navigate to because at any time I can look at different things. Here I can point, I've got an actual document. This is a Word document, so I can go and step through this page by page, see different things. If something's interesting, I can blow that up, or I can just go back to where I was. I can have a PowerPoint presentation. There too, it's easy to step through different things. But of course, I don't have to do this in this one-dimensional form. I can have things laid out on this surface. I could have my sales data. I talk about being able to look by region and product. Well, that kind of pivot navigation is also kind of a natural thing to be able to do. Any type of diagram or flow chart, you can go in and look at these things in a very detailed way. And of course, this document, I could take it and edit it on my PC as well as looking at it here. One nice thing about this form is that multiple of us are working together. Let's say we've got this flow chart here, and we're talking about the different steps. We can all walk up and interact with the information that's here. It's fully multimedia. So if I go across, I think somewhere here I've got, this is actually a video. So as soon as I play that, we're looking at, say, our new ad, our promotion thing, talking about that. Happens to be for the touch capability. So all the different type of information. I can even take and say, if I want to ink on here, I've just touched that, and say I want to circle this, say that's something important. And then when I go back to the presentation mode, as I zoom in and out, that's there just exactly like you'd expect. I can also, let's say we have a bunch of slides and we're working together, figuring out how we want to order those in order to make the presentation to a customer. I can go in and anything I point to, it'll let me just move that and organize these things. So whether that's a piece of work information that I want to do something with, or a photo album, something like that, as soon as I've made those changes, those are just there. So you can see how you could train somebody to use this pretty quickly. They could work with a group, work with the information, and it's kind of a natural extension of Office. We can take spreadsheet, word processing, presentation data, and get it into here. And this kind of whiteboard, with a little bit of hardware advance over the next couple of years, will not be an expensive thing. And that's why we're saying that it will be absolutely pervasive in people's ability to get it information and not want to see it on paper, want to just have it here where it's so much more interactive, will be dramatically changed. And when I'm done with this, I can find that slide. I just point and it goes back, and it's just like it was when I got started.